One day, Orpheus was in the woods playing the lyre that his father had given him when he noticed a beautiful wood nymph named Eurydice. Eurydice had heard Orpheus playing the lyre and she was drawn to a beautiful music. Likewise, Orpheus was drawn to the beauty of Eurydice. It was a love at first sight for them. They fell dearly in love, unable to spend a single moment apart. After a while, they decided to get married. The god of marriage, Hera, the wife of Zeus, blessed their marriage, and then a great feast followed. Their wedding surrounded by laughter. However, things would soon change, and grief would ensue happiness. There was a man who hated Orpheus and desired Eurydice for his own. Aristeus, a shepherd, had a plan to steal Eurydice to her husband. Shepherd made his move. Orpheus grabbed Eurydice by the hand and started running in a great haste through the forest. The chase was long. Aristeus showed no sign of giving up or slowing down. Able to process what had just happened, he went to her side, but he had to stop in shock when he noticed the deathly appearance that covered her cheeks. To look around, but there is no sign of Shepherd, because Aristeus had seen the incident and had went away. Steps away, Eurydice had stepped at the nest of a snake and have been bitten by a deadly viper. Knowing that there was no chance of survival, Aristeus have been abandoned his try and cursing his luck at Eurypheus. After the death of his beloved wife, Orpheus was no more the same carefree person he used to be. His life without Eurydice seems endless and could do nothing more than the grief for her. He had a great yet crazy idea. He decided to go to underworld and try to get his wife back. Apollo, his father, would talk to Hades, the god of the underworld, to accept him and hear his plea. Armed his weapons, the lyre and voice, Orpheus approached Hades and demanded to enter into the underworld, standing in front of the ruler of the dead. Orpheus said why he was there, in a voice both sad and sweet. Hades openly wept, and Persephone's heart melted, and even Cerberus, the gigantic three-headed hound guarding the entry to the underworld, covered his many ears to his paws and howled in despair. However, he warned Orpheus that for no reason must he look back while his wife still in the dark, for that would undo everything he hoped for. He should wait for Eurydice to get into the light before he looked at her. With great faith in his heart and joy in his song, Orpheus began his journey out of the underworld, joyful that he would once again be reunited with his love. As Orpheus was reaching the exit of the underworld, he could hear the footfalls on his wife approaching him. He wanted to turn around and hug her immediately, but managed to control his feelings. As his wife was approaching to the exit, his heart was beating faster and faster. The moment he stepped on the world of the living, he turned his head to hug his wife. Fortunately, he got only a glimpse of Eurydice before she was once again drawn back into the underworld. When Orpheus turned his head, Eurydice was still in the dark. She hadn't seen the sun, and as Hades had warned Orpheus, his sweet wife was drawn back to the dark world of the dead. He tried to go back to the underworld, but he was denied entry. The gates were standing shut, and god Hermes, sent by Zeus, wouldn't let him in. From then on, the heartbroken musician was wandering disoriented. His songs had no joy, but extremely sad. His only comfort was to lay on a huge rock and feel the caress of the breeze. His only vision were the open sky. Because of what he'd been through, he let the griefs of irate women, furious for his scorn towards them, chance upon him. Orpheus was so desperate that he did not even try to repulse their advances. They cut his body into pieces and thrown his lyre to the river, floated downriver to the island of Lesbos. There the Muses found them and gave Orpheus a proper burial ceremony. People believed that his grave emanated music, plaintive yet beautiful. His soul descended down to the Hades, where he was finally reunited with his beloved Eurydice. The love story of Orpheus and Eurydice teaches us patience, trust, and acceptance not only in ourselves but also in people we love. When look back, he was not sure of himself and chose not follow and trust Hades, the reason why he lost Eurydice forever. Trust is very important in relationship. If we can't trust the ones we love, then we might then lose them forever. If we look back at our mistakes and judge ourselves always, then how are we supposed to have progress? I understand Orpheus desperately want his wife to come back to him, but it made him more devastated not knowing how far his suffering go. He chose to live in sorrow and forgot to move on with his life. Losing his wife really affected him to the point that he don't care if there is someone want to kill or hurt him. But for me, losing someone doesn't mean you need to stop to live and to dream. Life becomes so much better when you accept failure, disappointment, and pain. One of the healthiest perspective I ever changed was accepting losing and gaining people in and out from my life. My life will continue whatever happens. I can't judge Orpheus not being able to do that. He is just in love. He was just blinded by love. But hopefully, when the day comes when we fall in love, I hope let's not give everything we have. Let us give ourselves a little love so that somehow we still have some left.